Probably when I won a Golden Globe. I had a thing, and I could be like, it's not a hobby anymore.
You know her as Midge Maisel on Amazon's Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, now streaming its third season. The marvelous Rachel Brosnahan joins me in the Variety Studio. Hello.
Hello.
I love this.
Thank you.
This is like, how much has Midge kind of influenced your fashion choices, do you think, at this point?
Well, I feel like you wouldn't know it by how I've showed up today, but I feel like it's actually pushed me in the opposite direction mostly because of all the corsetage and the petticoats and the high heels every day. I feel like I'm really embracing jeans and yoga pants and thanking my lucky stars that women are allowed to look like that now.
I just want you to know how much I admire you guys. I could never be brave enough to wear the same outfit every day.
One of the relationships on the show that I really like is the one that she has with her parents. Her having to explain what she does. Yeah. I wonder if you've ever had to be in that position.
I remember my parents called it a hobby for a really long time. Even after I'd already decided to pursue acting as a career and I went to drama school, they would get very upset when I would miss important family functions. It's a strange career with really strange hours and you always have to be on call. And I missed a lot of weddings and funerals, and I missed my own college graduation, which they were very disappointed about.
At what point did they stop referring to it as a hobby? Like, was there a role? Was it like, okay, she's on House of Cards?
No.
No?
Probably when I won a Golden Globe. I had a thing, and I could be like, it's not a hobby anymore. I think they get it now. Now that I'm not waitressing at the same time anymore, and I'm not a nanny, and also trying to be an actor, I think we're in the clear.
I am not a prostitute. I'm a comic.
Is there a difference?
Yes. Prostitutes get paid more.
Hilarious. You should go into comedy.
I did.
I do have to ask about some sad news of Brian Tarantino passing suddenly.
Yeah.
How has that affected you as a cast? How are you coping? How does this set things up for season 4?
I mean, obviously we're terribly, terribly sad. Brian was an incredible actor and a fucking weirdo and an amazing, amazing person. And he made us so much better, and our ensemble won't be the same. We're not going to be the same without Brian there. And I don't know yet how the story will deal with the untimely passing of Brian Tarantino, but we'll have to see. Knowing Amy and Dan, I'm sure that they'll come up with something that is a proper tribute.
Why are we switching the plates on the car? Well, it's technically stolen.
There's nothing technical about it. It's fucking stolen.
The show sheds a light on a lot of different things, what it was like for women during that period, what it was like in entertainment, which I love, but also just the realities of being a performer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the show's a comedy. There's a certain level of fantasy, but it's rooted in a reality that a lot of women are still facing today. Your agency and autonomy not being taken seriously. Women are still being told that we're not funny, which is crazy. I don't know where that comes from.
They obviously don't watch
Have you met Sarah Silverman?
Comedy is fueled by disappointment and humiliation. Now, who the hell does that describe more than women?
We really start to see Midge trying to balance what it means to be an artist and also with a personal life. I'm just curious if you've ever struggled with that.
Absolutely. It's difficult to balance a personal life and a career. I think women in particular feel the pressure to be able to have it all, or to be able to show that you have it all. And I think that's an illusion. Alex and I talk about that all the time. I firmly believe that you can have it all, but maybe not all at the same time.
I've heard this a lot I heard this, that piece of it, I don't know if you want to call it advice or just that kind of wisdom dropped.
Yeah, I guess it feels like it takes the pressure away.
I am pursuing a career in stand-up comedy.
Maybe I should be going.
I'm pregnant! People are always picking on Midge for her relationship with her kids. Yeah. So I'm curious, what are some of the most outrageous messages you've gotten about that?
I have received a surprising amount of messages from particularly women saying that they stopped watching the show, especially after that scene when we forgot the baby in the car at the Catskill. People were so angry. They were like, there's nothing funny about that. It's child abuse and neglect and abandonment. I think it was a joke, but it's been interesting and really illuminating. Midge's children have 4 loving grandparents. They have a father who has stepped up in an even bigger way at a time when that wasn't really...
And I love how that relationship has evolved
me
as
too.
well. Yeah.
And you know, that wasn't really expected or encouraged from fathers necessarily. He's stepped up and stepped in. I'm sure that, you know, like most parents, they are unintentionally fucking up their children in many, many ways. But the idea that they are abusive or neglectful parents, that those kinds of words are being thrown around about these particular children feels problematic to me.
I am, for the first time in my life, taking charge of my own destiny.
Well, that can't end badly at all.
A little spoiler for everyone if you haven't watched the whole season, but by the end of it, we do see Zach Levi come back, the doctor, ex-fiance.
Can't believe we get to talk about this.
Why do you think it was important that Midge really faced that part of her story?
Because otherwise it would have been too easy. She forgot in a crazy moment that she was engaged, and she acknowledges that that's a weird and kind of messed up thing, that this opportunity came, and she was so excited and blinded by her own ambition that she literally forgot about her children and her fiance. And it's much harder and a much greater growth experience for Midge in the long run to have had to confront him about it in person and to hear his side of things.
Where the hell have you been all my life?
Riverside Drive in 113.
Because Midge is such a dynamic character, when people see you out and about in life, I'm curious like how they approach you.
It's been so lovely and surprising and encouraging to have met women of all different ages and backgrounds, and to have heard how inspired they've been by this character. Mostly again by that idea that this is someone who's reinventing herself past her prime. You know, she's not even 30, but at the time, you know, and that it's inspired them in some way to pursue a new dream or to try something new or to have a difficult conversation with someone they love. It's been really, really cool.
Or try stand-up comedy, maybe?
So many women have tried stand-up comedy. I love that. I'm scared for them, but I love that.
You make it look so easy. Did you, when you were coming up, did you try stand-up comedy? Did you ever try one of those classes? No.
No.
It's terrifying.
It would ruin me. I think I'd feel so utterly petrified and small and terrible if I had tried it. I don't think I'd ever have been able to do it on the show, but I bow down. I think stand-ups are incredible. I've had the great privilege of seeing both Alex Borstein, who plays Susie, and Kevin Pollak, who plays Moish, do stand-up, and God, they're amazing.
Yeah. Rachel, thank you so much for stopping by, and you can watch season 3 of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel streaming on Amazon right now.
Tits up.
I know.